Welcome back to Book of Rain Tales 2. Wilbur, we have the PKE, and we have our self-cast Silver Bolt, and our light crossbow, which we got from the 10 Wolfskins quest. And we're going into the forest. Actually, I'm gonna take the fast route, but we're gonna go deeper into the forest, or woods, sorry.
Whew. Okay. Time to hunt me a werewolf. No! Be gone, you beast!
Oh yeah, because hates spiders.
That was pretty easy. Everything okay?
Has she gone?
I drove it away, and I thought that I hadn't hit it.
She surprised me. I hate
Ah,
spiders.
crap.
Everything's fine. The
Crap.
danger's past.
Crap.
At least as long as the werewolf doesn't... Timmy? Don't!
Are you crazy?
I knew
I
it was
would
a
have
girl!
got him.
Yes!
That was my friend Timmy. He isn't a werewolf, he's a were-rat.
Did you know about it?
He was often ill. Always became very reclusive when that happened.
Perhaps once a month? During a full moon?
Remy never told me how Timmy's parents died. It could have been a werewolf attack.
Dangerous beasts. Nothing but anger, hate, and muscle. Also fur. Your friend shouldn't have kept it a secret from you. He would have ripped you to pieces if he'd had half the chance.
Timmy
think
was
so.
sleeping in Esther's jacket pocket when we arrived in the dark woods. He didn't know it was always night with a full moon here. And out there in the real world, it was another 2 weeks before the full moon.
Perhaps it's not his fault, but he's dangerous. If he attacks me, I'll defend myself.
I'll find a way to break the werewolf's curse. Maybe there's a library with magic books up at the castle. The sorcerer might have been interested in werewolves. Or maybe the Count knows something. He seems very fond of wolves.
Good luck with that. As far as I know, only a shot to the head with a silver bolt can break the curse.
It won't come to that. We'll look for Esther in the heart of the wood, and I'll take care of Timmy.
As long as he doesn't take care of us first.
We should continue on together and watch each other's backs.
Perhaps that isn't the worst idea. I've normally got a good sense of orientation, but in these strange woods...
No problem. I got this.
What is it?
This device can tell us how close we're getting to a source of supernatural energy.
Genius! We just have to keep to the paths where the device reacts strongest.
That's right. Our senses can be fooled, but not good old gnome technology.
Let's go.
Gnomes!
By the way, my name is Lizzie Pebblebrook. My friends call me Tin Lizzie because, well, it's quite obvious, really.
I think this thing is just leading us round in circles.
I don't believe it. Look! The heart of the woods.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Pretty much. Yep.
We have to be prepared for anything. Headless horsemen, paladins, witches, spiders. There could be a whole army waiting for us in there.
Ladies first?
I've gotta say, for some reason, I've been like... It feels like they're trying to make this seem like a guy, but the voice is, you know, not natural, so it's probably a girl in there. Ha! It was. Now, if these two fall in love, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Right. Look at Tin Lizzie. Wilbur? Wilbur. Really? Not?
Whatever is living in the cave under the tree, it's killed off all the trees close by. I've never seen such a gnarled, sickly tree before. Even Ivo's dad would have trouble getting that to blossom again.
Look at him, Lizzie. Go.
Well, okay then. I'll lead. Esther!
Well, 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 who have we here?
This isn't possible. The Archmage is dead. Who are you?
Yes, I'm dead, thanks to you. If you weren't so incompetent and stupid, I'd still be alive.
Oh, this is probably one of those, like, meeting your worst fear things. You know, like the forest materializes your worst fear or whatever.
Enough! You're not the Archmage.
Wilbur, how can you say such a thing?
Because it's true.
I was your friend, and you didn't prevent my death.
Who are you really?
Silence!
Yeah, all of them.
Archmage Alistair and Remy were my friends. I forbid you to pretend they're here.
Don't you understand, Wilbur? We relied on you and you have abused our trust.
Nope.
You disappointed us and you will disappoint Gulliver, Timmy and the others too. You're just a stupid little boy who makes everything worse.
Rubbish. Don't listen to him, Wilbur. No, a spider.
Yes! I will suck you dry.
Stop! I know who you are.
Disillusions.
And
You are fear. You the ghost or sorcerer. Well, not really. I only want to distract you from Lizzie.
You're always whatever we're most afraid of.
I'm death, disease, loss, failure, humiliation. The monster under the bed. The creature in the cupboard.
Lizzie's afraid of spiders. Esther of the Paladin who once chopped her head off. And me? I don't want to make any mistakes and cause anything nasty to happen to my friends.
But you can't prevent it. Neither of you will leave this game alive. And then I'll get your friends one by one.
You aren't real. Arrows and bolts just fly straight through you.
Nothing can harm me. You're lost desperately.
You only have power if we give it to you, right?
No, I am real. I will kill your friend.
Yeah? Go on then.
I will sink my fangs into your skull.
No, you won't. The spider isn't real, Lizzie.
I am. Fear is real.
It can only paralyze us if we let it. Why are you backing off? Are you gonna bite her or what?
Yes. Why should I be scared of you if you can't do anything to me?
But what if I can? You can't be sure.
I'll take the risk.
You can't destroy me. I'm always here.
But we can control you. Everything okay?
Yes. I'm alright now.
I think that's a really good thing. Like, you can't make fear go away. No. You'll always be afraid of things. But you can choose how to react to fear. And you can choose to not react to it alone. And you can, like, if you're not afraid, you can't be brave. That's just how it works. No one can be brave if they're not afraid. First.
Pretty scary, eh?
Ooh, too right. What do you think it was?
A demon? A ghost? Some headless creature that only becomes powerful when we give it power? I believe that after the sorcerer died, the people in the village were so afraid something terrible would happen that this is exactly what did happen.
Yeah.
And if they hadn't been so afraid, they could all still be here.
My uncle was always afraid of becoming ill. That made him ill. And if you're afraid of dying, it can make you forget how to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're quite the philosopher, Wilbur Weathervane.
I've just been thinking a lot how it's better to do things and maybe fail than not to do things because you're too scared to fail.
That is very true.
All sorts of small stuff and a few pieces of clothing too. Yes, this thing fed off its victims' fear. It made them ill, perhaps even drove them mad. They were no longer able to think of anything else, didn't eat, and no one in the town knew what had happened. A little mirror, a flute, shoes, scarves, and there's a hair clip. Lots of little things, all mementos of the abducted villagers. I will talk to the mayor and offer to bring everything back to the village once I've freed Timmy from the curse and found the sorcerer's book. Even though I spent quite a bit of time in Seastone, I don't know much about fish. I'm a child of the mountains. I'm pretty sure that this must be a dolphin, though, as it wants to play with a swimmer.
Could be.
Someone once told me that dolphins weren't actually fish at all. They were actually birds, because they flew through the water with their wings, just like birds through the air. Might be something to that.
Well, in our world, dolphins are mammals. They are whales. Sharks, on the other hand, are fish, because they don't have lungs. They have gills.
A man waving at the observer in a friendly manner. He's wearing a name tag. Looks like his name is Claus. I don't get it.
Santa Claus?
I don't like it when you really have to think to get the meaning of art. What is this Claus picture trying to tell us?
I don't know.
A picture of a clown. Funny. A sad clown is art, everyone knows that, but this one here looks pretty normal to me.
Oh, really? I thought clowns were supposed to be, like, happy?
Esther hasn't made a sound yet. I hope she's all right. And I hope she can walk. It'll be a long walk back if I had to carry her. Esther, how are you doing?
He's going to cut my head off, and then I won't be able to look after Gulliver and Nate anymore.
There is no paladin anymore, and there never was one in the first place. It was a kind of apparition sent to scare you.
No, I definitely saw him. He is out to get my family.
Look at me, Esther. There's no one here who wants to do you any harm. The ghost has disappeared.
He has gone?
It's gone, and it won't come back as long as you don't let it.
He said that he was going to get Nate. As soon as he has chopped my head off, he was going to get my little boy.
It won't come to that. I'll explain, but not here. Let's join Nate and Gulliver by the nice warm fire, okay?
Yes. Oh, thank you, Wilbur.
Whee!
As soon as she takes Gulliver and Nate into her arms and knows that everything is okay, she'll forget this cave in no time.
Okay, cool. Have we looked at everything? Yeah.
What are you going to do once this is over? Will you help me find the sorcerer's book?
That's your adventure. I've my own.
Oh. Actually, I think we're a good match. Well, as partners, I mean. You know, as partners in adventure. Adventuring partners.
Oh, I think so too. Seastone in spring is supposed to be worth a visit.
Yeah, about that. At the moment, it's a police state run by a complete nutcase.
That could be lovely. It just depends on who you're with.
Really? Really? You're sitting here implying a romantic relationship? Like, really? Really? No, I do not buy that at all. That is so out of character for Wilbur.
I know two people who are longing to see you, Esther.
And I know someone who owes us a sack of gold.
Come on, let's go.
So, there was never a curse?
That's right. No curse, no real threat. Only fear made it become a reality.
Oh, then I'll try to be more open-minded in the future and not always assume the worst.
You can start by welcoming my zombie friends into your village.
We'll see. At least I'll talk to them.
That would be good. Why did fear show itself to you in the form of a headless horseman?
Oh, my grandfather always used to tell me the story about a headless horseman. I was terribly scared of it, but it was still my favourite story.
And if there's enough hysteria, you'll believe anything, even that ghost stories are real. If my memory serves me right, you promised a sack full of gold to the person who hunted down the headless horseman.
Of course, and you have earned it.
We earned it. You get half of this, Lizzie.
That won't be necessary. See you around.
Oh, yes. See you later.
I think she just, never mind.
She took all the gold. She took all the gold.
Now you know how to defend yourself against the curse. So could you please show me the way to the old Van Buren castle?
Oh, yeah, of course. You and the, enchanting young lady.
Huh, and about time too.
I'd better draw myself a good map. I'm sure I'll be going back and forth between the castle and the village a few more times.
Yep,
My friends are here and Timmy is still somewhere in the woods.
true.
Fine, let's go.
Whee! Fearless steam thing.
Thank you, Mr.
Achievement.
Whale.
Cool.
I drew my path on the map very carefully. This way, we can always return to the village if necessary.
No need. I'll only leave the castle one more time, with a few crates of gold.
What do you mean?
This place sucks, don't you think?
The castle will blossom in your presence, just like me.
Laddie!
My moonshine.
You won't believe what I've been through. I need a bath this instant.
But of course, my love. Then perhaps a light dinner, and then let's just see what the evening holds in store.
Ahem.
Are you her servant?
No,
You can be my servant. My Igor died years ago. For good this time.
Actually, I wanted to...
Wipe your shoes, or you'll have to clean everything again.
But... here we go again.
Here we go again. Okie dokie.
Neither the drawbridge nor the portcullis were able to protect Van Buren against the mages, paladins, and villagers who came for him. Maybe he was no longer at the height of his power. Otherwise, a sorcerer like him should be able to defend a castle like this easily. Nasty statues. I saw them from the drawbridge. They look like a mixture of a man and bat. And it's almost as if, they watch you the whole time as you approach the castle. The Count and his young fiancée met through a newspaper ad. Which means someone has to fight his way through the mountains on a regular basis.
Very true.
Just a single sealed scroll. To Count Vladimir Orlov, the Dark Woods. Oh, hey, the seal bears the sea stone coat of arms.
Open it. Maybe not.
Legend has it that a master builder was once hired to come up with a visually appealing way to divert water from the roofs of buildings. He thought to himself, why don't I put statues on the corners of the roof and let them get rid of water the way you, well, get rid of water? The idea with the peeing statues didn't meet much approval, and they forced him to change his design. He was very angry about the whole thing. That's why gargoyles today look like they're constantly throwing up.
What? What? Man, did he just explain peeing statues and gargoyles in the same sentence almost? Like, what?
Well, it doesn't look like rain, thankfully. A storm is the last thing I need in a place like this. I'd say that coach hasn't moved a meter since old Van Buren's day. Several spokes are broken. Yes. Ooh, there's a small tree growing out of one of the seats. I wonder how many owners this castle had before Van Buren. Too bad it's so run down. Soon it'll be nothing but ruins. In an old building like this, falling masonry is probably an occupational hazard. Wonder if that's why the position of Igor was open.
No.
Stone's fairly flat. Maybe some sort of roof tile. Yeah! Big white maggots. Okay, if we must.
We do. Nate had to pick up Griff poop, so...
A shallow water bowl for the chickens. Empty. They've no use for an empty bowl.
Nope.
The Count seems to like chickens. That's a good sign. Anyone who likes animals can't be a bad person. The chickens seem to be quite lively. They run, they peck. You could say they're poultry in motion. The Count seems to like chickens. The chicken coop is in pretty much the same condition as the castle. Skew whiff. And the roof leaks.
Yep. See what we got here. Chicken.
The chickens seem to be quite...
Okay. Here's something.
Nothing but weeds and trash everywhere you look. The Count really does need some urgent household support. Time to make myself useful as the new servant.
Really?
On the other hand, I'm not the world's best gardener and should probably leave well alone.
Well, we got some weeds.
The castle is way, way too big for one person. Why do all rich people always buy buildings like this and live in them all alone? As the rooms the Count uses are so dilapidated, I wonder what the others will look like.
Well, let's go in and find out.
Oh, fine. Lovely.
How do you even manage this? How do you manage this? He must have like what? Why is there a critter here? Why is there a critter here? How many times have they been to Earth? Seriously? There's a critter here. What?
A small wood stove like that can't even begin to heat such a huge building. Here in the hallway, it's exactly the same temperature as outside. The stove reminds me of the one in my classroom in Seastone. It had a broken pipe too, and it was pretty useless. However, this one looks less pleasant.
It does. Really does.
Ooh, scary people. I can't tell if these are relatives of the sorcerer or the Count. The only certainty is that these are some of the creepiest faces I have ever seen. But they look somehow generous. Ooh, scary people. I can't tell if the only...
Cool.
How many candles must have burned here to leave a pile of wax that big? Or are those magic candles that have been burning for decades? Ah, if I need a load of candle wax, I know where I can find it.
Yeah, you sure do. We sure do.
The stairs don't just lead upwards, they also go down into an impenetrable blackness. Dungeons, tombs, all kinds of things that I don't want anything to do with could be down there. The stairs don't
Cool.
Hard to believe how high the ceiling is in this hall. The chandelier chains disappear into the gloom. You can see eyes blinking way up in the dark, and you can hear the occasional squeak. I think those are bats. The Count probably hasn't noticed them yet. I can hardly imagine him allowing bats in his castle.
Or can he? Go to the chest. Okay. Enter the hall.
From the outside, it looks as though the castle has at least 5 or 6 floors. And old castles often have cellars and dungeons too. Judging from the outside, I'd say at least 5 or 6. And old castles like this one often have cellars and dungeons too. A lot of work for just one Igor.
Why did you say that twice? What? Okay, anyways, this is a good start. We made it to the castle! Woo! Oh yeah. Alright, so thank you all very much for watching, and we'll be back for more Wilbur Castle adventures very soon.